everybody, welcome to the show. Thank you for coming. My name is Bethany. Today we're going to be working on a layout based on a very special someone, your pet. I have a brand new puppy that my family and I just got. I had these really cute pictures of him when he was really little, and I wanted to do a layout on the story of how we researched the different dog breeds, how we found Harry, how we picked him out, and how we went and picked him up. This page gave me the opportunity to do some stitching. I also did some paper distressing, and I made a cute little unique accent for the page as well. So let's go ahead and just start this page. The first thing you want to do is pick out your background pattern paper. I chose this KI Memories chocolate flower paper. I loved the neutral color of the brown, but I also loved the subtle flower pattern. I also wanted to embellish that paper, so I decided to just do some simple stitching following the outlines of the flower. Let me show you how you do that. This right here is just a little piece of the KI Memories flower. I put my paper down on a mouse pad. You can also use special embossing cushions, and you just take a needle, a paper awl, or a paper piercer and just poke holes following the outline of whatever pattern you want to sew. So I've already done that, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew using a basic back stitch technique. It's very, very simple. You just need to go in from the back of your pattern paper, go in through to the front and pull all the way through. Make sure it's nice and snug. This is where the back stitch comes in. You just put your needle into the previous hole and pull to the back again. You back stitch. Let's do that again just in case you didn't catch it. We're going to go in through the back, pull to the front. We're going to back stitch to the previous hole and pull through. If you didn't quite get that, the instructions will be in the design guide. Here is my finished stitched paper. I didn't stitch the entire flower, that would take forever. But I knew that I was going to cover up parts of the flower with pattern paper and with pictures, and so I have this beautiful basic gray paper. It's from the Acid Washed Sublime collection. This is actually the pistachio paper, and I have a nice little cut piece here that I want to just put in my top corner. So let me just put some adhesive on that with my tape roller and line it up on my corners, make sure it's straight, simply press down. The next thing I wanted to do, I wanted to add another layer, and here's our Karen Foster paper. It's actually the Pet Talk paper. This is a whole line of cat and dog related paper. This one I loved because it has all of these different sayings in it. 4 legs, a tail, and a wet nose. How cute. And what does this one say? All I need to know, I learned from my pet. Just really cute little sayings. And you can really cut out the words that are meaningful to you to use as your actual title. I decided to use the top corner of this paper, as you can see, and I'm just going to layer it on top of my green basic gray paper. I'm going to leave about, 1/4 of an inch border around the top. The next thing I wanted to do is add a journaling block. Now, I'm using the basic gray paper again, so I decided to do some paper distressing. This is so easy and it adds such a beautiful touch to layouts. You just want to take a nail file, you can take sandpaper, and simply make sure you put your pattern paper on a cutting mat, just because you don't want to sand your table down, and simply take your nail file and rub along the edges. The cool thing about most pattern paper is that it has a white core, and so if you can see, that white core really begins to show through. It gives it kind of a cool shabby chic look that adds a great touch. This is fully distressed, and I went ahead for demonstration purposes and just added a picture and some journaling. I would normally do that at the end. And flip it over. And if you'll notice, with that distressed edge, it really gives a nice border to the journaling block. The next thing I want to do is add my main photo. I have this really cute picture of Harry I took in my living room. I'm going to mount it on some black cardstock. Here the picture is mounted on the black cardstock. I also wanted to add a rub-on word. These are so cool. If you're not really confident about your handwriting, you can get these rub-ons where there's alphabets, and you can make any word you want to and put them directly on your pictures. I decided to rub on the word found, so I'm going to take my rub-on sheet, place it on the picture, line it up with your words, and then take, this is just a little spatula, or you can take a popsicle stick. Some are even sensitive enough to use just your fingernail on. And all you have to do is rub on the letter. And you need to peel it up pretty carefully because sometimes the entire letter doesn't stick. And there you go. Make sure also that you keep your rub-on. They usually come with this contact paper, wax paper, release paper. If you keep it on something else, all the letters would rub off on your work table. So there we go. So now what we're going to do is just put some adhesive on the back of that main picture. Oops. And we're going to adhere it right in the center. Let's see if that's straight. Press it down. The next thing I wanted to do, I wanted to add an accent picture. I really loved just using pictures of actually my family with Harry and of when we picked him up. We were so excited to get our new puppy, and he was so cute and adorable. And this picture, I just wanted to tuck in right behind this main photo. You know, not everything has to be so linear. Things can be playful, makes for just a great playful look to your pages. The next thing I wanted to do is add a color picture of Harry. This is him in all his glory, looking regal in our backyard, playing soccer. I chose this really nice maroon red paper cardstock, and I just decided to mat it, left about an 1/8 inch border all the way around the photo. And then I also wanted to pop this picture off of the page a little bit, add some dimension. Whenever I'm using a lot of photos on a layout, I don't want everything to look so flat. I like to have the dimension 3D effect. So I chose to mount my picture on what is called fun foam. This is available in any craft hobby store. It's usually in the children's craft section. They have it in all different colors and shapes and sizes. So all you have to do is place some adhesive onto the fun foam and put it on the back of your photo. And then we're just going to place it on the layout. I'm going to angle mine a little bit just to be playful. The next thing I wanted to do is add a nice little H block accent to my layout. I went on my computer, my word processing program, and typed the word Harry randomly. I also changed the font size of the letters to, just be a little playful and random. I decided to print this out on some nice cardstock, and then I cut a rectangle out of it. You'll also notice that I did go ahead and put some fun foam on the back of it too. The next thing I wanted to do though was add a really nice H sticker. This went well with the colors of my layout, and I wanted to bring that out. Just go ahead and smooth that down, and then to pop it out even more, we're going to swipe the edges with some dye ink. This is so easy to do. Make sure you're using dye ink instead of pigment ink. Look at your packaging. Pigment ink won't dry nearly fast enough, and you'll have ink all over your hands and your workspace forever. But just wipe it on randomly. And then we're just going to put some adhesive on the back of that. And place it right there. Now, for my final touch, this is a little secret. I actually ran out of room on my journaling. Some people would go, oh no, I have to do an entire new journaling block because I didn't get that last little bit of my, the punchline of my journaling. Well, I ran out of journaling room. So what I decided to do, I just cut a strip out of the basic gray paper. I distressed it on the edges, and I wrote my last few words, and all I'm going to do is use the most basic of office implements and just staple it on. Most people wouldn't use a staple, but it adds a really fun, unique touch. Here's my final page. I hope you enjoy doing the stitching, the paper distressing, making your unique little accent. I hope you have as much fun as I did creating this page. See you next time.
For step-by-step instructions on how to create this week's project, download the design guide featuring special make-it-your-own bonus tips.